Om Shri Sai Ram. Welcome to the Sri Sathya Sai Lok Seva Gurukulam. Now last time we have dealt with two of the lessons. One was Babar Ali and the other was Money Madness. Money Madness was telling something about the greed for money. And Babar Ali, the social reformers. Now we are going to deal with the people who are, about the caste system that prevailed in ancient times. In the caste system, you could understand that people were after the higher caste people and the lower caste people were against each other. The higher class people were given good jobs and good positions in the society. And in lower caste people, they were treated as very bad, evil people. And not only that, it was so atrocious to lead a life for the lower caste people. And there were many people who were behind that, who wanted to reform it, that every caste should be considered equal. There were many people behind that, and that is why you can see that now we are all enjoying that facility. Now just see the picture here. Now there is a tree. Do you think that being a tree is more convenient than being a human being? Now what is the difference between a tree and a human being? Tree is stable, isn't it? Now you can see it remains in the same place. It is stationary. It needn't take any responsibility. Unlike man, human beings, we have to look after our children. We have to go about searching for food, searching for job. Everything is there for the human beings. What about the tree? Tree needn't take any responsibility. They are there, thriving themselves. It helps all human beings and plants by giving fruits and other things. It is helping others. In a way, it gives fruits to the birds, to the animals, and to the human beings. Trees have feelings like the human beings. Do you all agree with that? They also have feelings like the human beings. Here is a poem, If I Was a Tree, and written by Mudnakodu Chinnaswamy, M. Chinnaswamy. He is a Kannada writer. You can see he is a well-known poet who hails from Mudnakodu village in Chamarajanagar district of Karnataka. He has 2 postgraduate degrees, MCom, MA with DLit in Social Sciences. He is the Director, now Finance, in the Transport Corporation by profession. Poetry is his passion, but has worked in other genres of literature as well. He is a poet and a writer supporting the voices of the Dalits. As I have told you earlier, the lower caste people. He was supporting the lower caste people and underprivileged communities. His writings advocates for eradicating caste system from the society. Now he wanted to eradicate the caste system, to give away all these types of caste systems, upper caste system, upper caste just behaving in a very bad manner towards the lower caste. Now you can see in many parts of India, the upper caste people, the lower caste people were not allowed to wear even the blouses of the women, were not allowed to wear blouse. Can you see the atrocities? And you can see that the lower caste people, when they come near the upper caste people, the upper caste will go take the bath, or they will ask the other people of the lower caste to move away from the way. These were the atrocities that was happening in ancient times. Now also you can see that happening in the remote village areas in India. So, that untouchability was there, was prevalent in ancient times. His works have been translated into various Indian languages, English and Spanish, and many other languages also. Here he is interviewed by Rowena Hill. She is from England, an English poet and a writer, and she has translated his writings from Kannada to English, who translated some of his poetry from Kannada into English. The interview, which is structured as a dialogue between the poet and the translator, emphasizes on how important an issue of translation is whenever one concerns oneself with Dalit literature, and how enlightening the collaborative work between a poet and his or her translator can be. So, a poet and a translator, they will be having a very good relationship, because the poet will have to tell the translator how he wants the poem should be. So, that is one of the relations between the translator and the poet. Now, you can see these were the people who were working for the reforms of the caste system should be wiped away from the society. So, these were the people who were working behind that. One is Mahatma Gandhi, Ambedkar and Jagjeevan Ram. So, these were the three people, not only three, but there were many others like Sri Narayana Guru from Kerala. You can see he was also behind he wanted the people to eradicate the caste system in Kerala. And even Swami Vivekananda was also against the caste, the untouchability. He wanted to wipe away the untouchability of the people. And here, this is Rowena Hill, who had translated the poem from Kannada to English. Now, we should know something about the translator, that is Rowena Hill. And not only that, here you can see Mudnakudu M. Chinnaswamy had got lot of awards. Two of the awards that he had got is Karnataka Rajyotsava Award and the Karnataka Sahitya Academy Award. A note on the translator Rowena Hill. She was born in England in 1938 and went to school in New Zealand. She attended universities in New Zealand, Italy and India. She taught English literature at the Universidad de La Ande in Merida, Venezuela, where she lives. She has published 4 books of poems in Spanish as well as poems, essays and translations in periodicals in Venezuela, Colombia, India and USA. She has translated some of the Kannada's best known poets into Spanish also. More importantly, it is to her credit that she has translated several literary works in Indian languages into English and Spanish. Now coming on to the poem, If I Was a Tree by Mudnakudu Chinnaswamy. This poem brings the defilement of and purification through the imagery of a tree. The images of a tree, through the imagery of a tree, and now the tree is personified as a young boy, and the young boy is telling what is happening to the tree. See, the poem is of inhuman caste system that I had already told you. It attempts to convey that defilement and purification. Defilement means the dirtying. It is being impaired. So that defilement and then it is purified are unethical and prejudiced. The poem concludes stressing that if nature makes no discrimination of caste should not be there, and if nature makes no discrimination, there shall be no practice in human society too. So if nature is giving importance to this one, the unethical, there is no discrimination. If nature follows that, even in society also, it will be wiped out. All are equally blessed with rights and privileges. Everybody should equally enjoy the privileges that they have. It has nothing to do with the high caste or the lower caste. Everybody should be treated equally by the government or by the society. Here the poet expresses his feelings of anger and dejectedness. Dejectedness means worry, and he is frustrated through a young boy. Now he is giving whatever he wants in this poem through a young boy. So it is actually personification, personified. A tree is personified to a young boy. That is what is the poem. Now the boy is saying, the tree is there and the tree is considered as a boy, and now the boy tells, if I was a tree, the bird wouldn't ask me before it built its nest what caste I am. Isn't it? Now the tree is stationary there, and that is the boy, the young boy. As the tree comes and tells, the bird wouldn't ask me. When the birds come there, usually the birds built the nest in the tree. So the bird will be coming and making trees there, the nest there. But then the tree will not ask me before it built its nest what caste I am. What caste do I belong to? It will not ask. So if I was a tree, the bird wouldn't ask, the bird will not ask me before it built its nest what caste I am. So I will not be asked, the tree says, I will not be asked by the bird what caste I belong to, because he wants to build a nest. But I will not be asking, the bird will not ask me what caste I belong to. When sunlight embraced me, my shadow wouldn't feel defiled. So when sunlight is also coming, beaming its rays and touching me, it will not cast my shadow wouldn't feel defiled. The shadow of the tree will not be defiled. Defile means to make something, the shadow will not be dirtied. Embrace. What's the meaning of embrace? Hold someone in your arms, especially out of affection. So, here when sunlight embraced me, when sunlight is coming and touching me, my shadow wouldn't feel defiled. The shadow of mine will not be feeling that it is dirtied. And not only that, you can see here the next lines, my friendship with the cool breeze. So at first he said about what did he say in the beginning? He said that the bird is coming and building its nest. Now he says that the sunlight is embracing me. Next he says that the breeze, he talks about the breeze, my friendship with the cool breeze and the leaves would be sweet. So my friendship, my means who is my here? The trees. The trees' friendship with the breeze, the cool breeze and the leaves would be sweet. The breeze that comes, it will be very sweet. Raindrops wouldn't turn back, taking me for a dog eater. So raindrops, there will be rains. Sometimes the raindrops fall on the leaves, and the raindrops also will not take me for a dog eater. Dog eater is a person who eats dogs. Here the meaning is an untouchable. The untouchables are called the dog eaters. So raindrops wouldn't turn back taking me for a dog eater. When the raindrops falls on me, it will not take me for a dog eater, for an untouchable person. I will not be considered as an untouchable person by the raindrops. Next, when I branch out further from my roots, now the roots are going deeper into the earth, the roots of the trees. Mother Earth wouldn't flee shouting for a bath. The Mother Earth, my roots are going under the soil. It is not going to shout and run away from me. Mother Earth will not run away from me, stating that I like to take a bath. In those days, you can see the untouchability was prevailing in the world. In the world, I can say that in India, people, when they touch the lower caste people, it is said that they should go and take bath. So that is what the poet wants to convey to us. The tree, when its roots is going under the soil, the Mother Earth, that is the soil under the earth, it will not move away. It will not move away or just run away from me, stating that I should take a bath now. Next one, he says in the next line, the sacred cow. You can see cows are considered as sacred animal. That is why now slaughtering is being banned. Here you can see the sacred cow. We all consider the cows as a sacred animal. Cow as a sacred animal, and the sacred cow would scrape a body on my bark. The tree again says, the tree in the form of a young boy says that the cow will come near me and scrape its body. Just because it is itching, it starts scraping. It cannot take its leg or hands and that like human being and scrape the body when it is itching. So what will they do? Even the dogs also, you can see sometimes it bites his body when it is scratching. So when it is itching, this cow goes near the bark of the tree and it starts scraping its body on the bark, scratching wherever it itched. Itched means that is like of tingling, the scratching, that is the itching. And the 300,000 gods sheltering inside her would touch me. Now that is also a sacred thing. You can say the gods, we all believe that the cow is a sacred animal. So when the sacred animal comes near me and just scratch its body on my bark, it is said that there are lot of gods inside the body of cow. Lots of 1,000 gods sheltering is inside the body of the cow. Inside her would touch me. There also I am very happy because the gods are touching me. So I am happy. And the sacred cow, a body on the bark, scratching wherever it itched, and the 300,000 gods sheltering inside her would touch me. Now you can see the cow here with lots of gods inside, and the cow is coming and scratching its body on the bark of the tree. So it is believed that it is also a very sacred thing that the tree is holding onto its trunk and the leaves. Everything is sacred there. Who knows at the end? Hacked into pieces of dry wood, burning in the holy fire, I might be made pure, or becoming the buyer of a sinless body, be born on the shoulders of 4 good men. So what does the poet says now towards the end? Who knows whether I will be made a deity or I will be worshipped? Because you can see here, who knows at the end? Hacked into pieces of dry woods means just cutting for dry woods. What is this dry woods collected for? It is for burning in the holy fire. You can see many homas are being done. So we take the barks or the branches of the trees and put in the homas. We'll put the branches of the trees in the homas. So there also the tree says that who knows at the end, hacked into pieces of dry wood, burning in the holy fire. That is very important. It is a holy fire. I might be made pure. So by giving or putting in the holy fire, who knows whether I will be made pure by putting it into the holy fire. For yajna we use the bark of the trees, the branches of the trees. And who knows whether I will be made pure there. Or becoming the buyer of a sinless body. Buyer is I shall show the picture of a buyer. This is the buyer, where the dead body is kept and 4 men will be holding the dead. Here you can see it is a modern buyer, but in those days, now also you can see in village areas, they will be keeping the dead body here or the coffin inside. This is the buyer. It is made up of wood. That is, wood means it is taken from the trees and they hold it on their shoulders. And it is also believed that the 4 people who hold it on the shoulder, those 4 people should be very good people. Then only the dead body, when it reaches it is said that the soul will be going. So, when it reaches heaven to God, they will be satisfied. Only when the buyer is being held on the shoulders by 4 good people. So, here he says that I might be made pure or becoming the buyer of a sinless body. So, the buyer is there, that is the place where you had seen that. And some other places, they will be carrying only the dead body will be kept in a mat or some place and they will be holding the wooden structure will be held and 4 people will be carrying that wooden structure. So that is be born on the shoulders of 4 good men. That is what he says. And this is the buyer. Now explanation of the poem. This I think you can write it down in your notebooks. Madhukadu Chinnaswamy has written on the evils of untouchability in this poem. I know you are all young children. Those who know to write it, those who have heard my the taking of the explanation of the poem, you can write it. Otherwise, you can take down this. The feeling of anger and dejectedness is expressed through a young boy who feels that if he had been a tree, he could have birds build its nest without asking him which caste he was. Even the sun would have embraced him, and his friendship with the breeze and leaves would have been cool and pleasant. The boy states that if he had been a tree, the rain would not. So first is making the nest on the tree. Inside the leaves, they make the nest. Now we are coming on to the breeze also. And then the rain would not turn its back. The rain, when it falls, the raindrops falls on it. Because he was an untouchable and Mother Earth would not have run to take a bath because his roots were touching hers. Through this, the boy states the attitude of the people towards him and how hurt he was. So when people tell that this is an untouchable person, we have to take bath, how will the other person think? What will be the mind of the other person? It will be hurt. So that is not good. Next one, you can see he also states that as a tree, he would allow the cows to scratch their skin against the rough surface of the bark, and in turn he would get blessings from the 1,000 gods and goddesses who were supposed to be residing in the cow's body. The boy also yearns to be purified in some way or the other. He states his wish that if he had been a tree, he would have been broken into pieces and would have been used for some holy rituals, or would have been used to burn a sinless person. Maybe he would have been used to carry the body of the dead by touching the shoulders of 4 men. He calls the 4 men as good because Only those people are allowed to carry the bodies of people from all caste. Now I conclude my session, children. Are you all happy? Did you all understand? Thank you very much. Sai Ram.